Hi there, everyone. Jan Watson here with Course in Miracles lesson. We are on lesson 133, and today's lesson states, I will not value what is valueless. Sometimes in teaching, there is benefit, particularly after you've gone through what seems theoretical and far from what the student has already learned, to bring him back to practical concerns. This we will do today. We will not speak of lofty, world encompassing ideas, but dwell instead on the benefits to you. You do not ask too much of life, but far too little. When you let your mind be drawn to bodily concerns, to things you buy, to eminence as valued by the world, you ask for sorrow, not for happiness. This course does not attempt to take you away from the little that you have. It does not try to substitute utopian ideas for satisfactions which the world contains. There are no satisfactions in the world. Today, we list the real criteria by which to test all things you think you want. Unless they meet these sound requirements, they are not worth desiring at all, for they can but replace what offers more. The laws that govern choice you cannot make, no more than you can make alternatives from which to choose. The choosing you can do, indeed, you must. But it is wise to learn the laws you set in motion when you choose, and what alternatives you choose between. We have already stressed there are but two, however many there may appear to be. The range is set, and this we cannot change. It would be most ungenerous to you to let alternatives be limitless and thus delay your final choice until you had considered all of them in time and not been brought so clearly to the place where there is but one choice that must be made. Another kindly and related law is that there is no compromise in what your choice must bring. It cannot give you just a little, for there is no in between. Each choice you make brings you everything to you or nothing. Therefore, if you learn the tests by which you can distinguish everything from nothing, you will make the better choice. First, if you choose a thing that will not last forever, what you choose is valueless. A temporary value is without all value. Time can never take away value that is real. What fades and dies was never there, and makes no offering to him who chooses it. He is deceived by nothing in a form he thinks he likes. Next, if you choose to take a thing away from someone else, you will have nothing left. This is because when you deny his right to everything, you have denied your own. You therefore will not recognize the things you really have, denying they are there. Who seeks to take away has been deceived by the illusions loss can offer gain. Yet loss must offer loss, and nothing more. Your next consideration is the one in which the other rests. Why is this the choice you must make? Why is the choice you make of value to you? What attracts your mind to it? What purpose does it serve? It is easiest of all to be deceived. For what the ego wants, it fails to recognize. It does not even tell the truth as it perceives it, for it needs to keep the halo which it uses to protect its goals from tarnish and from rust, that you may see how innocent it is. Yet is its camouflage a thin veneer, which could but deceive but those who are content to be deceived. Its goals are obvious to anyone who cares to look for them. Here is deception doubled. For the one who is deceived will not perceive that he has merely failed to gain. He will believe that he has served the ego's hidden goals. Yet, though he tries to keep its halo clear within his vision, still must he perceive its tarnished edges and its rusted core. His ineffectual mistakes appear as sins to him because he looks upon the tarnish as his own, the rust a sign of deep unworthiness within himself. He who would still preserve the ego's goals and serve them as his own makes no mistakes, according to the dictates of his guide. This guidance teaches it is error to believe that sins are but mistakes, for who would suffer for his sins if this were so? And so we come to the criterion for choice that is the hardest to believe because its obviousness is overlaid with many levels of obscurity. If you feel any guilt about your choice, you have allowed the ego's goals to come between the real alternatives. And thus, you do not realize there are but two. And the alternative you think you chose seems fearful and too dangerous to be the nothingness it actually is. All things are valuable or valueless, worthy or not of being sought at all, entirely desirable or not worth the slightest effort to obtain. Choosing is easy just because of this. Complexity is nothing but a screen of smoke, which hides the very simple fact that no decision can be difficult. What is the gain to you in learning this? It is far more than merely letting you make choices easily and without pain. Heaven itself is reached with empty hands and open minds, which come with nothing to find everything and claim it as their own. We will attempt to reach this state today with self-deception laid aside and with an honest willingness to value but the truly valuable and the real. Our 2 extended practice periods of 15 minutes each begin with this: I will not value what is valueless, and only what has value do I seek, for only that do I deserve to find. And then receive what waits for everyone who reaches, unencumbered, to the gate of heaven, which swings open as he comes. Should you begin to let yourself collect some needless burdens, or believe you see some difficult decisions facing you, be quick to answer with this simple thought: I will not value what is valueless, for what is valuable belongs to me. That's the end of lesson 133. I will not value what is valueless. Just a quick note before I read the Tina Spalding channeling. Think about everything that we set goals for, and this is achievements of status as well as the stuff that is in this world. I need to have the newest hot pot, the newest car, the newest trendy clothes, whatever it happens to be. We follow these trends and we think we need something new. And yet when we get them, we don't enjoy them. They sit in our closet. They become obsolete to us in a matter of months or even a year. And then we want whatever is bigger and better and new and improved. With love, with the things that we value that are real, they are eternal. And so their value never diminishes. There is nothing bigger, better, stronger, faster. Love in its eternal state, in its unconditional, true and divine state, is absolutely just that. It is love. And it can never waver and it can never be damaged. And so is peace the same way. And so if we seek for peace, then we are looking for what has value. All of the stuff of this world is temporal. It all is destructible over time, including our bodies. And so we just need to make our priorities more accurate and more effective. So on to Tina Spalding's channelings. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one that you know as Jesus. This is a very difficult thing for those of you raised in this materialistic culture. You have been deeply indoctrinated into valuating, try this again. You have been deeply indoctrinated into valuing the body, overvaluing the body, and hating the body. This is materialistically focused, and you have been tempted, trained, and cajoled to spend all your time trying to gather material possessions around you. The unhealthiest version of that, of course, are the billionaires who have far more than they need and continue to take from others. Regardless of the methods they use, they do not need any more. Yet they feel that if they give away what they have, they will lose when in fact they will gain. The other example of the materialistic person gone wild is the hoarder. In spiritual terms, many of you in North America are hoarders. You have houses filled with art you don't particularly like. You have cupboards filled with old objects. You constantly buy new clothes when you have a wardrobe of things you barely wear. You build your library of shoes, cars, and whatever else you have in your homes. We would like all of you in this moment, when you have finished this particular recording, to take an inventory of your homes. How much do you value the material and physical as a demonstration of your power, influence, and success? If you have far more than you need, you know straight away when you look around your home whether it is full of things you barely use, then you prefer to accept what you have been trained into materialism. To truly expand your consciousness, you must shift your focus from the physical and material world. This is a world of entropy and death. The body, of course, dies at some point. We want you to understand that it is not until you realize what you have become that you can change it. If you are in denial about your materialism, then you don't see it and cannot change it. Take inventory of your home, closets, and kitchen and see the masses of stuff you own. You might say, this is what I'm focusing on. This is why I've been unhappy, because I have sought happiness in material objects. Clearly, they don't satisfy me, but I keep buying. That is not about consumerism or us getting you to stop consuming. It is about making you aware of where you focus. Your focus determines how happy you are. Your focus determines what grows and what develops. I am that one that you know as Jesus, and we will see you again tomorrow. Reiteration of what was being said, but there's so many times we think that the next object is going to make us happy. And even with things like food, if we eat this, we're going to feel better. If we try this, we'll be happy. If I only. And truly, we find that when we reach that goal, when we attain that object, the excitement and the feeling is gone. And then we drop it and we're on to the next thing. And that just shows us how fleeting the material world is and how ineffective the material world is. When you have love, when you have peace, even if it is a moment, you seek to regain that peace for the rest of your life. And so if you allow yourself to drop the facade of the stuff of this world and to realize there is no job, there is no item, there is no house, and there is no amount of money that is going to create a sense of peace that is everlasting for you. Because then we will be afraid of being cyber attacked if we have all the money we want. We will be afraid of someone else coming to take it. And that is not peace. So do your inventory. Look around you at your material world and look at your goals. Look at your job, look at relationships. Are you doing that same thing with relationships and work? This is to help us lead to peace, and we want you all to find peace because peace is everlasting. Have a great day, guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.